Hey, I'm Liam, and this is Trend Talk Media, where we break down the stories everyone is talking about.
And I'm Sophie. Today we have to talk about the sky. My social media feeds, I'm not kidding, have just been an endless scroll of the most incredible, colorful photos of the sky from last night.
Exactly. And we're not just talking about photos from Iceland or Alaska. These lights showed up in some places you would never, ever expect. Get this. The northern lights were seen as far south as Mexico.
Wait, what? No way. Mexico? That can't be right. Aren't the northern lights, northern?
You'd think so, right? But it gets even wilder. People captured photos of them from Florida's Space Coast.
Okay, Florida. How is that even possible? I thought you had to go to the Arctic Circle for that kind of thing. This is starting to sound like something someone made up.
It's absolutely real. We're talking Northern California, West Virginia, Indiana. This wasn't some local event. It was a massive global light show that happened on the night of November 11th and into the 12th.
Wow. Okay, you have my attention. What on Earth, or I guess what in space, caused all this?
Let's get into it. The source of all this beautiful chaos is something we see every day, but we don't always think about its power, our sun. You could say it threw a bit of a tantrum.
So, the scientific term for what happened is a coronal mass ejection, or CME for short. But the simple version, the sun basically fired a giant cannonball of magnetic fields and super hot gas, called plasma, right at Earth. And it wasn't just one, it was several of them.
A solar cannonball. I like that. So this stuff hits our planet and just makes the sky glow?
Pretty much. When all that material slams into Earth's magnetic field, it supercharges the particles in our atmosphere. And all that energy gets released as light, which is what paints those incredible colors across the sky. And this all came from a specific hyperactive sunspot group that scientists named AR4274. Think of sunspots as these temporary magnetic storms on the sun. And this one has been one of the most energetic we've seen this entire solar cycle.
Okay, so a solar cannonball from a hyperactive sunspot. Just how powerful was this storm? Is there like a hurricane category system for this sort of thing? There is, actually. It's a scale from G1 to G5. In this storm, it peaked at a G4. That's classified as severe. So it's the second highest level you can possibly get. This was not a minor event. G4, severe. Okay, that sounds pretty serious.
It is. And to put that into perspective for you, this was the third strongest geomagnetic storm of the current solar cycle, which they call Solar Cycle 25. So yeah, we're talking about a major space weather event. So we get these amazing pictures all over the world. But you said the storm was severe. Does that mean there's a downside, or is it just a beautiful light show? Like, does this actually affect us down here on Earth?
And that's the crucial point. There's a real duality here. On one hand, you get this absolutely breathtaking visual spectacle, but on the other, a storm this strong can cause some real problems, especially for our technology. It can interfere with GPS and other satellite communications. For example, some farmers who rely on high-precision GPS for their equipment actually reported that they were having issues.
Oh, wow. I never would have thought of that. So while we're all looking up in awe, some people's tech could be going completely haywire.
Exactly. But the awe was definitely the main story. I love this quote from a space journalist in Indiana. He said, "I went outside to drag my cans to the curb, looked up, and my jaw dropped." He'd completely forgotten to even check the forecast and just stumbled upon it while doing a household chore.
That's amazing. Can you imagine just taking out the trash and being greeted by that? It really feels like a once-in-a-lifetime thing for a lot of people.
It really does, and this shows just how special it was, even for the experts. An experienced Aurora chaser over in Slovenia called it the best Aurora display of the year for me. So, this wasn't just a normal light show.
So this all happened on the night of the 11th. Is it all over now, or could we possibly get around two?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The show might not be over. There was a third, even faster CME launched by the sun, and it's still on its way to Earth. Forecasters are actually wondering if this next impact could push the storm into the highest category possible, G5, which is classified as extreme.
Okay, so let's look at the official forecast from NOAA and the UK Met Office. They're saying another strong to severe storm, so a G3 or G4 is very possible. This next CME was launched by a ridiculously powerful X-class solar flare, which is the most intense category of flare there is. And there's an outside chance of that extreme G5 event.
That means the aurora could be visible tonight across 17 or even more U.S. states, and maybe push even further south than before.
Wow, so the biggest part of the storm might still be on its way?
So this whole thing is a beautiful and maybe slightly scary reminder that we live on a rock that's constantly being impacted by a very active star. It's not just some distant space weather, it has real effects right here.
It really makes you think. We just saw what a G4 storm can do. So what do you think? How would our modern, tech-dependent world handle a truly extreme G5 solar storm? Let us know what you think down in the comments.
Thanks for watching Trend Talk Media. If you found this interesting, be sure to like this explainer and subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown.